The world is a stage, and every public moment is a performance, not of theatrics but of power. Most believe power is shown, declared, shouted from the rooftops. But Machiavelli, the silent architect of dominance, knew better. True power is what you withhold, what you conceal in plain sight, what you refuse to let slip in the unrelenting gaze of the crowd. In public, you're not just seen, you're judged, measured, tested by opportunity, by reputation, by those waiting for a crack in your armor. You don't rise by being loud or impressive. You rise by being impeccable, untouchable. A figure who moves through the world like a shadow that commands the light. There are 9 behaviors, subtle and human, that will silently destroy your presence, unravel your mystique and surrender your control if you dare let them surface. These are the moves Machiavelli warned against, the traps that expose the weak and empower the cunning. Avoid them, and you craft a legend. Indulge them, and you fade into the noise. This is your guide to becoming the one who doesn't break, doesn't bend, doesn't beg, the one who rules the room without ever needing to say it. First, never complain in public. You might think it makes you relatable, human, one of the crowd, but to the powerful, it's a confession of fragility. When you voice your frustrations, you broadcast 2 fatal truths. You lack control, and you crave sympathy. Both are poison in the game of perception. Machiavelli knew that power flows to those who endure in silence, who bear pain without flinching, who let their strength speak through their restraint. The moment you complain, you paint yourself as a victim, a man who needs the world to fix his wounds. The crowd doesn't pity you. They dismiss you, sensing weakness like blood in the water. Instead, hold your silence. Let your composure be a wall, your endurance a mystery. Let them wonder how you carry burdens without a word, how you walk through storms without a tremor. That silence becomes your armor, and their curiosity becomes your crown. Second, never reveal your insecurity. In private with someone you trust, perhaps you can whisper your doubts, but never in public, where eyes dissect and memories linger. What you admit, the world believes, even if it's a lie you tell yourself. Say, "I'm not good enough," and the crowd will nod, lowering their expectations. Confess, "I struggle with confidence," and they'll see you as less forever. Machiavelli understood that appearances forge reality. To show uncertainty is to hand others a map to your vulnerabilities, inviting them to exploit you. Instead, hold your frame even when doubt gnaws at your core. Your silence on your weaknesses becomes a signal of strength, a refusal to let the world define you. When they can't see your fears, they begin to fear you, wondering what lies behind your unshakable facade. Third, never boast about your plans. The loud ones, proclaiming their next big move, think they're inspiring awe. Machiavelli would smile, noting their folly, already plotting how to use their openness against them. When you announce your ambitions in public, you give away your power. You tell the world you're safe, that you're already succeeding, so they feel no urgency to support you. Worse, you hand your enemies a blueprint to sabotage you before you begin. Keep your plans close, your intentions veiled. When asked, shrug, deflect, offer a faint smile that says nothing. Let your success blindside them, a thunderbolt from a clear sky. Power grows in the shadows, not in the spotlight you beg for. Fourth, never take sides in petty conflicts. You might think standing up for someone in public shows loyalty, but it makes you predictable, a pawn in someone else's game. Machiavelli warned, never join the quarrels of others unless you gain from the outcome. When you dive into disputes, you earn enemies without cause, forge alliances rooted in emotion, not strategy, and reveal your values before you have the power to enforce them. Stay neutral, a silent observer in the chaos. Let others expose their weaknesses, their allegiances, their fears, while you watch, learn, and position. Neutrality isn't cowardice. It's the preservation of your future dominance, a refusal to waste your power on battles that don't serve you. Fifth, never show hunger for attention. Desperation is a stench that clings to those who chase laughter, validation, or approval. The moment you seek the crowd's gaze, you become their servant, not their master. Machiavelli knew that neediness diminishes value. The more you crave, the less you're worth. When you enter a room trying to be liked, you're replaceable, just another voice in the noise. But when you move with calm, with disinterest, with a presence that doesn't beg, you become a force they can't ignore. Be the one who doesn't need the room, who walks as if the world must come to you. That restraint, that refusal to perform, creates a gravity that pulls others closer, wondering why you don't need what they chase. Sixth, never break under pressure, even for a moment. Public moments, arguments, accusations, challenges, are tests, and most fail not by exploding, but by leaking. A tightened voice, a fleeting flinch, a softened stance, these betray you to the crowd's subconscious. In that instant, your myth cracks, your authority bleeds. Machiavelli absorbed pressure like armor, his calm a shield against arrows. Even when chaos raged within, his exterior was stone. You must do the same. When the world presses, hold your stillness. Not robotic, but controlled. A deliberate refusal to bend. Your unshaken presence becomes a landmark, a force others adjust to, sensing that nothing can move you. That stillness isn't just strength, it's a warning, a signal that you're beyond their reach. Seventh, never over-explain yourself. The moment you scramble to explain, you surrender the frame, letting the crowd dictate your narrative. You're no longer leading, you're reacting, pleading for their approval. Machiavelli never justified, he redirected. When challenged, he'd say, "Perhaps you misunderstood," or "Perhaps you understood perfectly," leaving others to question their own perceptions. Don't defend your choices. Let your silence force them to doubt themselves. A single measured phrase delivered with calm flips the power dynamic, making the crowd chase your meaning while you remain in control. Eighth, never reveal bitterness toward rejection. Being ignored, overlooked, or dismissed stings, but showing that pain in public is self-destruction. Bitterness screams, "I care, I'm wounded, I'm less." Machiavelli called this emotional suicide. When rejected, respond with cold detachment, not passive aggression, not forced laughter, but a stillness that says their choice freed you. Act as if your attention is a scarce resource they've just lost access to. That shift, that quiet exit, turns their rejection into their burden, leaving them to wonder what they've cost themselves. Ninth, never publicly criticize the powerful. It's not about their worth, it's about your strategy. Calling out someone above you marks you as jealous, even if you're right, and paints a target on your back. Machiavelli never struck first in public. He waited, watched, let the powerful lower their guard before acting through proxies or time. If you must critique, do it surgically, indirectly, through others, so the truth lands without your fingerprints. Power isn't in speaking what's true, it's in choosing when truth serves you. These 9 sins avoided, you've cleared the path to power, but avoidance is only the beginning. Now you build, not with noise but with precision, crafting a presence that doesn't just protect but dominates. Replace complaints with unreadable endurance, a silence that unnerves because it hides your pain. When others whine, you endure. You're calm, a mystery that makes them question their own strength. Replace insecurity with strategic ambiguity. Don't admit doubt. Ask questions that shift focus. What makes you think that? Let them scramble to explain while you remain a riddle. Replace boasting with subtle signals. Don't announce your victories. Let them leak through your actions, your protected time, your quiet confidence. Replace public loyalty with silent allegiance, supporting allies behind closed doors while staying neutral in the open, preserving your invincibility. Replace attention-seeking with controlled withdrawal, standing just outside the crowd's orbit, pulling their gaze without trying. Replace breakdown with deliberate stillness, a pause, a stare, a lean that breaks their tempo. Replace over-explanation with micro-mystery, a single phrase like "time will tell" that leaves them guessing. Replace bitterness with a quiet exit, vanishing without spectacle, making your absence louder than their rejection. Replace criticism with delayed precision, exposing flaws when the moment is ripe, not when emotion demands it. Power isn't just what you avoid, it's what you project, a legend sculpted in silence. Control your gaze, holding eyes until others break or ignoring those who don't deserve your focus. Redirect provocations with faint smiles and questions that turn the attack back on the aggressor. Build a myth through absence. Leave early, arrive late, say just enough to spark whispers. Let others defend you, their loyalty a shield you never asked for. Master your exits, walking away when attention is still yours, leaving the crowd to wonder why. You're not just a man. You're a force, a riddle, a presence that distorts clarity and commands respect without demanding it. Machiavelli didn't want to be understood. He wanted to be felt, feared, followed, with no explanation why. That's your aim. To move through the world like a loaded weapon, noticed not for your noise but for the silence that makes others tremble. If this stirs your soul, if you're done with weakness, comment, "I choose silence over surrender." Subscribe if you're ready to become the one who doesn't flinch, doesn't explain, doesn't break. The one who rules the room by what they withhold. This isn't about fitting in. It's about reshaping the game. Step into that power and let the world adjust to you.